not doing the so-and-so jingle, Nikki, by the way.
No, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Hey, everyone. Okay. Oh, my days. What a day. What a weekend. What a week.
This has not been the easiest of weekends.
It's not been the easiest of weeks. Hey, everyone. I am sorry that I am late.
There are reasons.
Yeah, there are reasons. Hey, Anne-Marie. Nope, no late passes needed. Hey, Kay. Hey, Angela. Hey, Lizzie, Sherry, Kashi, Viv, Sharon, and Christine so far. Let me just scroll down. Sandy, Maddie, Carla, Peggy. Patsy is here. Thank you, Viv. I will apologise to everybody that I'm having to delay the start of this stream, but I do have real good reason, I promise. There's been lots going on. It's been quite the week this week. So I just, obviously want to catch you guys up as well about what's been going on. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Elplemans. Hey, Alison. Okay, I've got Andy with me. I'm going to do a little bit of stitching. I have cut short the sew and tell thread. I've locked that because this stream is going to be a bit less. So whilst we're still going to have, all being well, a really nice stream, it is a slightly chopped down one. But
still
yeah,
going till 9:30, right?
Still going till 9:30. We, like I said, we will still have sew and tell. It's just that we're not going to do like the jingle and things. We'll just going to focus on what's in front and have a bit of a chat. Hey, Kathleen. Hi, Cheryl. I hope everybody is doing well. We have had quite the week. It's been the second half of the week has been, how should we describe it, Andy? Stressful? Fair to say?
Yeah.
Ups and downs?
With one thing and another, yeah.
With one thing and another, yeah. So there has been some ups, which has been great. I am, hey Gail, I am a gnat's whisker away from reaching a settlement with the ex-husband about this house, which is a very big up. Hey Laurie, there is a bit of a down on it in that it's going to cost me about £7,000 more than I expected. So I have been working out how we're going to compensate that. So that's a big up. Hey Kelly. That I can finally, after 12 years after my divorce, I will hopefully be rid of him once and for all, and we will go our separate ways. But as I said, the downside is that it's going to cost me around, well, I think we worked it out, didn't we? About 7,000 more than I expected, really.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Which we can do.
Yeah, but it's going to be a struggle.
We can do it, though.
Yeah, it is going to be a struggle, but we will get there. So I, had quite a lot of excitement for that. And that is quite something. It means that I will be able to own this house outright. So on Friday I rang my stepdad and let him know, because obviously he's been following this quite closely as well, and he was absolutely fine, absolutely champion, having a bit of a good laugh and things on the phone with me. He was out walking the dog and it was all good. Hey Anna Karen, hi Enid, hey Coco. So everything was all good. This was at sort of 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock on Friday. Fast forward to about 7 o'clock on Friday and the phone rings and it's my stepdad. And he says, I'm not feeling very well. I'm very dizzy and I'm off balance. Now, back in February, would it have been? He had the initial problems.
Mm-hmm.
Back in February, he was diagnosed with a vestibular dysfunction, so his inner ear.
For those who don't know terminology.
Yeah, so it's got an infection of the inner ear, which is affecting his balance. It's labyrinthitis, Meniere's disease, vertigo. They're all, kind of related with the inner ear, and obviously he has got an issue with his inner ear. So he rung me up and he says, I don't feel very well. I says, right, sit yourself down. Perhaps it might be best to get yourself a bucket because, last time he vomited quite a lot. If you can take some paracetamol, do so. Look after yourself in, that manner, basic medicine. I can't get over there because Andy was not at home, which also compounded matters. But I'll give you a ring in about an hour and see how you're doing. What have I done here?
Have you made a mess of it?
I've done something. Let me just try and fix this. I just can't seem to get this stitch down. Right, that's it. I'm fudging that. Right. And about 20 minutes later, I had a thought, as you do sometimes. I thought, I wonder if it is this inner ear thing again. And I tried to ring him back to ask him if he'd been given an ear spray. And I tried to ring him back to ask him if he'd got this ear spray still, or if he'd run out or what. And, I'm not happy about that. Let's just do something about that. Let me just hide that thread. And I was trying to ring him. I tried his landline and I tried his mobile and he wasn't answering the phone. So, of course, at that point, when an 82-year-old is not answering the phone and you know that they're not well. So Hannah was at work and Hannah has the telephone number for his neighbour. So I texted Hannah and I said, Hannah, can you please ring Janice and ask her to go in and check on Grandad? I'm trying to ring him. He's not very well. I'm trying to ring him, but he's not answering. And she said, yep, no problem. And she reached out to Janice and Janice phoned her back and said, he's on the floor. So I'm like, oh my crap. It's a good job that I asked Hannah to get Janice to check on him, because otherwise he would have been on the floor overnight. So this is about 8 o'clock by this point. So Janice rang 999 and Hannah went straight across from work. Obviously I couldn't go. I got Lauren here, but no Andy. And too many cooks, there were enough people there to help and support. I'm better off coordinating by phone. That's not me being lazy. It's just, the way it is. So he ended up getting taken into hospital because obviously ambulance crew got there and he's on the floor. Fortunately, he hadn't hurt himself. And by that point of the ambulance crew turning up, the dizziness and the off balance feeling had gone, and he was chatting away and and all the rest of it. I could hear him in the background because when Hannah got there, she rang me up and was giving me a running commentary. So ambulance ladies came and they took his blood pressure, which was all up and down, and they took an ECG and they weren't terribly happy with the ECG. So off we went into hospital. So, yeah, no, there's half a stitch. I'm going to fudge it because it shouldn't be there. It just wouldn't unstitch. And hi, Hannah, by the way. So,
Hannah.
No, another Hannah, darling. So, he's in A&E. They eventually decide that they're going to admit him. But at 1:30 in the morning, they were going to send him home. And he was like, I don't think so. You know, I mean, who on earth? I'm going to sneeze. Oh dear, excuse me. Who on earth sends an 82-year-old man home on his own? Well, not on his own, but who sends somebody out from hospital at 1:30 in the morning? Thank you.
Hospitals do.
So he stayed in, and then the following morning, of course, we rang up and said, "What's going on?" Well, I may very well be coming home today. Oh, great. Okay, keep us informed, because we can't really do or plan anything until we know what we're doing. So he rang back later on in the morning and says, the doctor's been to see me. They're okay with my heart and my blood pressure and stuff, but they want to send me for a head scan. Thank you very much, ladies. So they sent him for a head, probably a CT scan, I would imagine. And as long as the results are all good with that, I can come home today. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Normally when, he ends up in hospital, he's in there for a blooming fortnight. So, tea time come, no news. And we rang him at what? About 7:30, 8 o'clock yesterday to find out what was going on. He'd had his CT scan. He was waiting for the doctor to read the results. I thought, well, he's not coming home now, because, who's going to discharge somebody at 9 o'clock at night? So, where am I here? There. So, we rang him and said, look, he's probably going to end up stopping in. And he went, oh, yeah. He says, nobody's been. Now, there's a junior doctor's, I think it's a junior doctor's strike at the moment. So doctors have been on the ground. And they'd moved him again. He was like playing musical beds. I think he'd been in 3 or 4 different places by this point. So this morning, we're waiting, and it sort of gets to 11 o'clock. And we rang him and said, what's going on? He went, well, I really don't know, because, go on, cat. I can't see my pattern keeper. Because nobody's been to see me. I haven't had a doctor yet. And I just, I'm hearing what I'm stood up in, because I was expecting to be home yesterday. And I went, well, yeah. So about 3:30, my phone rings, private number. I thought, oh, hello. And it's a nurse from the hospital. And she says, oh, my name is Susie. I says, hello. She says, we're trying to get Dennis home. Do you have any concerns about him coming home? And I says, well, no. My daughter, who's 23, has agreed that she'll stop over with him. He's got company tomorrow, so he will not be alone for at least the first 24 hours, probably longer. She says, I can get him home, but the doctors are happy, as far as I'm aware, to discharge him, but I don't know about his take-home medicines. I said, right, okay. So she said, let me urgent page bleep whatever the doctor, and let me get back to you. I said, right, okie dokie. So at this point, when you're trying to, this is going on, and you're trying to live your life and cook a meal and look after your family and all the rest of it, and you just think, the second I put the oven on, that phone's going to ring. The second I do X, Y, Z, the phone's going to ring. Now, today we've only had a simple dinner. We've had, some pasta and meatballs, just a very simple meal. We haven't done a Sunday dinner today, but we weren't planning one anyway, for a change. So fortunately, it was a half-hour dinner, and I'm like, the second I put this dinner on, somebody will phone, it'll happen.
It did.
We managed to get through dinner, didn't we?
Just.
And about 5 minutes after we'd finished dinner, the phone rang and it was Susie again. And she said, right, here's what's happening. We're happy to let him go home, but the doctor didn't write up his take-home medicines. So what I'm proposing is this. If I send him home with enough medicine for tonight and tomorrow, tomorrow morning, can you get back up to pick up his remaining medicine? I said, well, yeah, we should be able to do that. That shouldn't be a problem. If it's just a case of nip in and ask for the medicines, as long as we do it before the next dose is due at 8 p.m. tomorrow, then yeah, fine. She said, right, come and get him. And what we'll do is tomorrow when the medicines are ready, we'll give you a ring for you to come and pick him up. So I thought, oh, great, fabulous. When do you want this to come and get him? Now, bear in mind, at this point, it's 5 o'clock. And there was a bit of to and fro because he'd ordered his tea. And you know what men are like when it comes to a bit of snap. He wanted his food, which is absolute. And you're saying when you get hungry, you can't even deny it.
Yes, but there's a man in the room here. Have a little respect.
So what? Don't know what you mean. And he was a bit to and froing about, you know, is he going to have his tea there or wait until he gets home or what? So I said, look, I don't mind either way. I've got a meal for him, but if you don't want it today, you can have it tomorrow. Not a problem. So the cat's now meowing at Andy.
Well, the cat can
bog off. Yes.
Not interested in the cat right now. Sorry.
So he decided to have his tea there, which fair enough. And I said, well, what did you have? He said, I had an all-day breakfast, he says, and it was bloody lovely. So we went and picked him up this evening at 6 o'clock and got him home. On the way home, we got stuck in the middle of a car chase.
Oh, did you tell Laurie about that?
Yeah, we got stuck in the middle of a car chase. We're turning right round a roundabout, and a car came through our left and then turned right in front of us, screaming its brakes, or screaming wherever it were as it went, screaming its tyres as it went. And then another car came whipping round as we come off the roundabout and overtook us. So we're following this car up the road. They're playing cat and mouse. One's crawling all over other's bumper, and there's lights flashing, and you name it. And oh God. And we're following it. And I said to Andy, I said, try and keep up, because if what happens, we're witnesses. And he went, well, yeah.
And I turned into a racing driver to keep up.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine trying to get a diesel car to do the thing with 4 passengers and a dog in it? So
hey, I did it.
We did it, yeah. So we followed this car, and it turns out that they were just 2 idiots decided that they were going to have a bit of a race, because when we found them, they were parked up at the side of one another like best buddies. So what looked like it could be a crime, cat, will you move? A crime or a road rage in progress actually turned out to be 2 idiots. So we've got him home. He's safely in his flat. Hannah is with him. We've got everything under, and we've come home. And on the way home, I said to Andy, we passed the cemetery. I'll call in. I want to talk to my mum. So I called in the cemetery, and then I just said to him, didn't I? What did I say to you at traffic lights? I could face plant a cheesecake. So I've been to the shop and I've had a slice of cheesecake and shared it with Lauren, and it were Nutella cheesecake, and it were bloody lovely. So that's why the live stream is late, because you name it, it's happened. It could only happen to us this weekend. It's just been murder all weekend. We've been waiting for phone calls, zipping here, there and everywhere, in the thick of car chases and eating cheesecake, and that's been the shape of our weekend. Oh my
it's
days!
Been fun, not.
That what? What do you mean fun? Oh,
I don't mean fun in the traditional sense.
Hey Esther, you'll have to pop back for this story. I've been going on it for nearly 20 minutes now, so yeah, it's been quite the week. But you know, when all comes down to it.
Yeah, nobody died.
Nobody died.
We're all right.
Stepdad is at home. He's on the mend and quite happy.
Well, you can tell he was happy because he was eyeing up all the crumpet.
He was eyeing up the crumpet. He was asking the nurses who were married and who were single. The car chase turned out to be something and nothing. The cheesecake was really, really delicious.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, and my ex-husband will, spend all this money on whatever he spends it on, and
he can choke on it.
He can choke on it. Yeah. So what was wrong with him in the first place? So they think it was a recurrence, or it looks like it's a recurrence of the labyrinthitis, stroke, Meniere's, stroke, vertigo that he's had, so an inner ear infection. So yeah, they've given him some medication to help with the balance, with the restoring the balance in his ears. And when he was at home, he was absolutely smashing when we got him in. And I just said to him, I said, right, now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a setup. So that, because he literally went into hospital, he's had 2 days in there with the clothes he stood up in. Well, obviously they provided him pajamas. No toiletries or anything like that, because we kept, he said, don't come up because I'm coming home. No glasses or anything like that. So he's been bored out in his tree, bless him, but he's on the mend. Oh, and breathe. Yeah, it's just been like I've had a massive headache all weekend. It has been very, very hectic.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a...
Yeah, it's been a grind this weekend. But
we're there. We're good. We're all right. We're good.
Yeah. The cheesecake was Nutella cheesecake, and it was absolutely fabulous, I have to say. Me and Lauren thoroughly enjoyed it.
Talk about accentuating the positive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The only thing that's important here is that whether the cheesecake was good. And I can say with, certainty that the cheesecake was absolutely amazing.
Priorities, woman.
Hey, look, I'm a former fat bird, right? So, former fat birds love cheesecake. Kelly's off to poop scoop. No, where's Kelly? Sound like you had a hectic weekend. Yep. Glad to hear he's back home. Yep. So serious enough, but not life-threatening. And indeed, not life-threatening. Obviously, the fall was concerning, but it turned out that he hadn't really fallen. He'd more slid to the floor. Obviously, when you hear the words fall and an 82-year-old, you're worried about broken bones. So I've said to him and Hannah that what they need to do is to get together a list of ideal stuff for having a hospital bag and make sure that list is accessible, and also to have a look on the internet about ways to get up off the floor safely and without doing yourself an injury. So, especially when you get to a little bit older.
Well, yeah, because that becomes a little bit more important.
Yeah, it becomes a bit trickier as you get older, doesn't it?
Well,
so
I don't know. I'm only 41.
Yeah, but it's trickier now at 41. It's trickier right now to get out of the bath, isn't it? It's a good job Dennis don't have a bath. He says, I think I could do with a shower tonight. He says, but I don't know, I might just wash me out. I don't know if I could stand in there. I went, is there a seat? And he went, yeah. I went, sit down on it then. Oh dear. Anne-Marie, take a breath. Thank you for being here. And England won the women's footy. Yay, up the girls. Sounds like a Golden Girls episode. Yep. It sounds like something, like Only Fools and Horses. Like that kind of thing. It could only happen to me. Glad Dennis is okay and home. Yes, me too. Me too. I still had a portion of spaghetti and meatballs. I'll put it in his fridge. You can have it tomorrow if he wants. But oh my days, what a weekend! The last 72 hours, would you say?
Thereabouts.
Have been an absolute it's like riding the crest of a wave. It really has been, you know, and I've just been about keeping everything balanced.
Hey, and you've missed something out as well, thinking about it.
What?
The strimmer.
Oh, yeah. So I bought a strimmer for the garden, and it's a petrol one, and me and Andy had an hour-long battle with that to get it going, and then it's quite a vicious one, and I'm too frightened to use it. And Andy's not terribly keen either.
Who eventually got it going?
But you.
Who eventually got it going?
Yeah, but I had a massive strop, and then said to you, let's put some more fuel in it, and then you got it going, okay?
Yes, but I worked out what the problem was, did I not?
Problem was that it's a petrol strimmer, but anyway. So the check if there's falling classes in the area, the teacher's falling and getting up again safely. That's a good idea. I will have a look at that. Thank you, Anna Karen. Adrenaline probably burned the cake calories too, probably. I say Golden Girl, Sophia is in her 80s. Dorothy has constant troubles with her ex-husband. Blanche would be chatting up the doctors, and Rose would buy the cheesecake. Yeah. Oh dear. So that is why the live stream's a little bit late, because I didn't get home until 7 and I needed just to relax and eat the cheesecake. So yeah, it's been it has been quite the weekend, but you know, as I said, ex-husband, it's now coming under the heading of solvables. I have a couple more queries I need to just make of the solicitor. But then hopefully in the next sort of couple of months or so, this house will be mine. I don't know why this keeps going blurry. Let me just try and zoom out and zoom in a little bit again. See what that does. Catherine is also coming in from Facebook and says, hi Catherine. Don't blame you. I wouldn't have blamed you if you decided not to have the stream. No, well, I did consider not having it, but then I figured that the stream is good for me as well. And it means that I can get all of this out, because I know you guys will listen. You're my captive audience. So, but yeah, it's been a weekend. So yeah, a few more queries to make of the solicitors, but I think, you know, really we're going to sort of get that in motion. Get rid of the ex-husband once and for all. And then this house belongs to me. Yes. It's only taken, right, last year in March, I engaged the solicitors. So it's taken over a year to get to this point. Bless you, deserve the cheesecake. Good news all around, yeah. And sometimes a rant helps. Yes, indeed. I searched bank, and you're not asked for a bank loan to cover the expenses unless that's not allowed. I'm trying not to get to borrow any money if I can help it. We've got some savings, and if I do need to borrow, I want to borrow it from family rather than borrow it from a bank or anything like that. I've also got some shares that I can liquidate if need be, and a few other odds and ends as well. So yeah, we will get there. It will be squeaky bum a little bit, because we will be very tight for a few months. Hence, you know, I'm any unnecessary spending is stopping, basically. We've got a freezer. We've got 2 freezers full of food, and I've said to Andy we could use up some of what's in those. We've got a pantry full of provisions. So, you know, if we spend a little bit less on shopping, it's going to be, you know, helpful, and not spending on anything unnecessary. So I've got some model stitch money that's due to come in. I've got a claim to make for my dental as well. So, you know, that'll add to it as well. Oh, that was the other thing. I got my bottoms back from dental. and I'm phasing in getting used to them. I haven't dared try to eat with them yet, but they are better. But I may ultimately end up just not bothering with the bottom at all and just using the tops. But, you know, even the dentist agreed that I don't look out of the way. So, sorry to hear about your stressful weekend. But, oh gosh, will you stop being so dramatic? Not you guys. This thing. Sorry to be a stressful weekend, but positive things come out of it. Glad to hear your stepdad's home and doing well. Yep, thank you very much. And Lizzie says, yay, that's good. Yep. I will persevere. And, you know, for 12 years, my ex-husband has not done anything about dividing up this house. And I'd not been in a position to. And he could have done something before, but he chose not to. He made it difficult, wouldn't go through mediation. So it's cost me into having the solicitors. And part of the final thing is that I will be paying all legal expenses, including his, which I think is disgusting. But if it gets me what I want, then I'll do that, you know. So, but we'll be hammering that out, you know, in sort of final negotiation. I hate to tell you this, but you pointed to all of us. No, not to all of you. Yeah, it was the camera I was pointing at. No. Cameron just wants to get in on the drama, says Coco. Yes. Hey, Carla, glad everything is going good. Yes, it is. So, yeah, so I had some good news this week with my bottom teeth. And then I have to get used to them. I also had, rather nicely, I had something really lovely happen to me during the week. I had an RAK. So I'm going to do a little bit of sort of an abridged version of show and tell. So I'm going to have a look at the thread, which I did a lock early. And also I'm going to show you guys my RAK. And that was like, oh, I was so touched. And the person who sent it to me, I've already thanked them. But thank you, just it never seems like enough, does it? But I'm now looking forward to getting Christmas Cat finished so I can pick a wheel. I've got a Gecko Rouge order that I'm still waiting to be dispatched, and those two things will also be going on a pick a wheel. So by the time Christmas Cat is done, I should have a few entries on that pick a wheel. But there we go. So yeah, it's been a very up and down week. But you know, we will persevere. So what?
What?
I thought you were laughing at something then.
No.
Oh dear. Oh, I feel like I can breathe. Did I hear correctly that Lauren Lane's Magpie is limited edition? Yes, it is. And I believe that Glenn did put on one of the Gecko posts that how many of them were still available because it was a limited run. The minefield in the backyard is cleared. Angel, what are you doing? She's been busy fly catching this weekend. It's the most active she's been. But she knows the dog's been here. Angel and dogs do not get along. Angel, what are you doing? Oi. Look at her. What you doing? She's wagging her tail like she's mad and sniffing the carpet. I don't know what she's doing.
Well, Casey was laid there earlier. Maybe that's what it is.
I got anxiety due to the paper assessment, terrified. Have you heard any more about that, Lizzie? Laurie, during my technical disaster, I lost my tablet and all my progress. Please remember to export your progress to Google Drive. That is a good point. A good point. Yep. And also, in the spirit of public service announcements, if you use a magnifier, do not or have anything that light can refract through, do not leave it in direct sunlight. There's been another case this week of a stitcher leaving a magnifier in direct sunlight, and it's burnt a hole or singed her work. So, you know, if you use a magnifier, if you are not at your work, cover it, take it away. I always take mine away and move it out of direct sunlight.
As you should.
Yep. They've got the form. Well, at least they've got the form. That's something. Didn't get lost in the post. Find a cover for mine. It's a book sleeve, but fits perfect. Yes. Yeah, I just take mine off its off the clamp and, you know, tuck it somewhere out of, you know, under the window, actually out of direct sunlight, underneath, not on the sill, actually underneath on my sofa. I think it was somebody in the official Heaven and Earth group that happened to. I could be wrong, but they had a singed piece, probably 20 stitches wide, in an oval shape. And I've also seen a couple of posts on Facebook where people have had like a glass vase, and it's done the same through a glass vase. So just be really, really careful in direct sunlight. Mine has a gooseneck, so I can tuck it in the corner. Yep. Yeah, it was in the Haid group. Yeah, I thought it was. I don't think I could juggle a magnifier, fabric needle and cross stitch at the same time. I'm not an octopus here. Well, that's what clamps are for. Alison didn't singe my work, but Liz is not on the naughty step. Instead of getting on me my whips, which I've targeted for finish by September, I've started a new one. Oh, lovely what you started. I had to reinstate it on a... Oh, that's good.
Are we having so until then?
Yeah, in a minute. I'll do it about 8:45. Mine gets folded back and covered with a cloth. Cats aren't allowed in my living room at night, so they can't knock it off. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Just be, you know, like I said, if you've got anything that sunlight can go through and magnify, just be really, really careful. Oh, and by the way, in case any of you missed it, this is Cosmic Marbles, Amy Stewart, regular size, regular colours. What have you guys been working on today? I've not even asked that yet because it's been quite the day. Just grab a drink. Oh gosh, I'm so thirsty. Gail says, so glad you'll both be able to finally move forward, be free to move forward with this huge shadow gone. Yes, that's what I'm most looking forward to, because it's been a big factor in my anxiety these last 12 months. Cheryl's working on Disney Cross Stitch Sandy's Peacock XC pattern, 2.79%. Still your craft room for Patsy. Started off on my bath time mermaid Haid. Now on my 3 baby dragons for Coco. Cool. Yeah, I've been doing some Ice Dragon and this one today. I did a bit of night cafe yesterday. The cat's looking quite good as well. So Kate's working on Supersize the kitchen shelf, 8.26%. Sharon is working on James Bond, so I didn't post in Show and Tell. I did lock it early, Sharon, so don't worry, because I knew that this was going to be a shorter stream. Viv's working on Santa's house, not sorting out DMC threads. Haid Minute at the watering hole for Liz. It's a nice variety again. Carla is sailing beneath the sun. Viv has picked up a load of DMC threads, thrifting. Can't speak today. Liz has had mine filled in through mine picked from. Right, okay. Enid's not stitched in a couple of days. Patsy didn't get a chance to put hers on Show and Tell, but there'll be just more progress to show for next time. Yep. Caroline, my week has been in the hospital is not fun, but I'm glad I'm getting paid meds. Oh, bless you, Caroline. Are you okay? What's happening there? Only tell if you're happy to share with us, but I hope that you're on the mend. There's a few people that have been unwell recently, which is a great shame. Alison managed to singe herself rather than work. Noticed her shoulder was getting hot and could smell singeing and saw smoke coming from my jumper. I had moved my magnifying glass out of the way. Whack. Enid's family was off vacationing for a week and stayed behind due to ancient pets, so went nuts cleaning, sorting and purging the house. Sounds like a plan. Coco is not looking forward to her PIP assessment, PIP review. Sherry, how did another you start to sell Tree of Life? Cool. Esther is working on the night before Christmas, and July has been a slow stitch month for Laurie. We have those months. It does happen. By the way, guys, Pleasure and Pain sale for August is open in the group under the events tab. So if you have a piece that you want to stitch on, you're really, really loving, or if you have a piece that you like, but you may have fallen out with the thread or the pattern, or it's a bit, confetti heavy or whatever, a pain piece, that could be the sale for you. Lucy's working on Haid Minute watering hole. Leopard head with the huge blue eyes has been haunting for a couple of weeks. Limited stitching for Kelly too. Enid was doing quite a lot of exercise there, just doing the housework. Yep. I'm going to continue, I think, working on my Ice Dragon. So, yeah. That will be mine, because I seem to be doing okay with it. Christmas presents cropped with Santa Santa Miles Pinkney. Okay, oh, cool. Right. Okay, let's have a look at, like I said, I know it's only a short thread, but we'll have a look and see what's on Show and Tell. Let me just get rid of the lights, because otherwise my tablet doesn't show up very well. I've got my sloths on. Oh, that's my pen on the floor. I got my sloth Jimmy Jams on today because I decided I was going to just have a quick wash, get in my get comfy bumpy. My plans for the weekend stitching lasted until I watched the live stream last night, and then I pulled this one back out. Who's going to do a pain piece night portal by Yasu Art Studio. Lizzie loves sloths. Yeah, today is only doing light activity for Enid and dust off a needle. Cool. And yes, they are very comfy. They are fleece. I think these were from Primark. Pretty sure they were from Primark. So, yeah. Right. Okay, let's see. So 586 group members. We're doing well. Let's have a look at a few posts. Kay has done another stitch with me. Joyce has... Have you got the bell handy, by the way,
I
love?
have, yes.
Cool.
I've got the bell.
Right, Joyce has finished her last full page on her Kriston for her grandbaby to be. Just get rid of that light. It's looking awesome. So bedtime story, Kriston 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana. It's pleasure all. Okay. I don't know if you saw, but Sarah Pain-Free Crafts on the back of last week's stream about on Wednesday's stream, Viv mentioned about the Rose Khan portals, and Sarah shared those in the group as well, and some other information about Rose Khan. This is not safe for work. Patricia has got a 2 finishers. One of them says a rather rude word. It starts with an F and ends in an off. And the other one says, shut up. And she's done those for her son, who is coming back from uni. Third grandson, I think, no. Finish time for a break because third grandson arrives in a month and she needs to get some work done. But yeah, so I love it. Mandy has finished part 9 on the Lola Crow Birds Stitch Along, Extraordinary Birds. We now have an American barn owl, Pesquet's parrot, Eurasian spoonbill, bird of paradise, blue-footed booby, vampire ground finch, hooded pitohui, Manchurian pipevine swallowtail, red warbler, blue-capped ifrit, Rufus shrike thrush, southern cassowary, and Jackson's widowbird, keel-billed toucan, shoebill, hoatzin, Eurasian hoopho, rhinoceros hornbill, and now an Indian peafowl. Try saying that with, you know. I think she is planning on doing the portals as all in one, but it will be quite epic. It'll be about 1,400 stitches wide or something. Or is it, did you say that like that? I can't remember, but there's an answer on the thread. But there we go. Okay. 24th of July, so a few days ago, this is Becky's posted an update of her Amongst the Tulips, 35.25%, so milestone reached. 42,454 stitches completed, so excited to have made it to the other side of the picture. Looks awesome. The dog's off on one over the road, so if you can hear a dog barking, it's the puppy over the road. That is Kay's broken her record. She's been stitching on the Quaker flag from Vistas on Etsy, and she did 2,309 stitches in a day.
In a day?
In a day. So she broke a record.
That's an effort.
Yep. We're going to have a ting-a-ling for that. So there we go. Hey, Celia. Danny is back stitching. Finally some stitching. Time to do some stitching. So welcome back to the Stitchy Fold. And Francesca has done 7 months worth of black on her Disney's piece. So that is looking awesome. That's the event. I don't know if I shared this last time, but Angela got a finish. Carolyn Manning's Amethyst. 16 count white Ada with the called for thread started in July 2024 on the 21st and finished on the 21st of July 2025. So exactly 12 months. Okay, right. Let me find my partial stream thread. So we have a few on here, which I'll share with you. All comments. Okay, so Kay, this isn't the Haid cell that she planned to work on. She wanted to stitch on this instead, the best laid plan. So this is the kitchen shelf, Max Colours, Haid, artwork Amy Stewart, 60,000. So milestone reached, 584 stitches out of 736,263 stitches and 8.23% complete so far. Milestone there, lovey, 60,000 stitches. So yeah, it's looking awesome. And Kay has shared for us the mock-up. So if you like your kitchen stuff, that one's got you covered. Yeah, it's looking great. Sarah has been busy working on Arctic coming to life. Jan Patrick Krasny, 25 counts, easy grid, 2 over 1, full cross, and now at 12%. I love this cross stitch at the moment. Was supposed to work across the page, but went down instead. Sometimes best laid plans. But yeah, it's looking good. Cheryl has shared here her Disney cross stitch, which is getting close to being finished. I don't understand why it's still showing you there as anonymous, Cheryl, but I have turned anonymous off now on the group. Don't think our group's the kind of group that needs anonymous posts. We're not asking for advice or anything like that, are we? Catherine has got 15,000 stitches until a finish as of yesterday, but due to her wee sailor and family arriving back stateside from Italy, her attention will be hectic for a few weeks with very little stitching when possible. I put a pic of my new stand from Painting Fairy cross stitch and scroll rods from Dream Stitch with Battle Project on it. So we'll have a look at that in a sec. But isn't London looking awesome? It really does look lovely, that one, Catherine. Okay. So here is the stand from Painting Fairy. Doesn't that look good? I wish I had room for one of those. And then here, her battle on her scroll rods from Dream Stitch on the Painting Fairy stand. So you can see there how it works, and she's got the tablet stand, and then she's got some hooks there for thread and all the rest of it. It looks really, really good. So there we go. Sinead has finished Cherry Blossom Creek from the Dimensions Gold collection. Having to step back from stitching for a while now, is preparing to go into hospital for neck fusion surgery. Well, we wish you all the very, very best with that, Sinead. But here is her beautiful finish. And doesn't that look superb? Really, really lovely. So, yeah, congratulations. A fabulous finish again. Diane is working on Leisure Arts Butterfly Fairy. Only the bottom left corner left to stitch. All the back stitching is completed. 18 count Ada, 2 strands of floss in some areas, and 1 to create the illusion of the moon behind the wings. That is so effective. I think Keystone Stitcher is doing either this one or one very like it with the same sort of effect. But yeah, that is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. That'll be a finish sooner rather than later. And Enid has shared a picture of her stitching JBW Designs Kitties in the Round. So if I can just turn it upside down. There we go. Kitties in the Round. And it looks like Enid is using some classic Colourworks thread there in the colourway Sunset. Not to worry, Enid. We can always turn it round. Don't worry about that. So there we are. So that is the live stream thread. Like I said, I'm sorry, it's just an abridged one. Because I think I was the last comment on it. Yeah, that's right. Right. Okay. So Sal, under the events, pleasure or pain, you click on the event itself, join in. There's been a couple of posts already put in here. So Deborah is absolutely in it for this one. This piece covers both. It gives pleasure, but the confetti is a pain. Knitting Circle by Chris Dunn, Paintree Crafts. And then Deb here is Mini Tropical Frog by Artisy. 4,000 stitches to go, but it's all confetti. And Kay is working on, or will be working on the kitchen shelf. So pleasure or pain, Enid. So the description I've put here is, if you have a piece that you love, or got one that you love to hate, or it's a bit of both, and this is the Sal for you. Have you fallen out of love with fabric or thread or design, or do you have something that you literally can't put down? So it's something that you either really, really, really love to work on and can't wait to work on it, or something that you know you have to do it, you want to do it, you bought it so you want to complete it, but it's a real grind to do it. That's the pain part. So there we go. Right, who wants to see my RAK? Because I tell you what, I just love it. I had a sneaky look at it, and I was looking at the thread key yesterday, and I was like, oh. Right, okay, so here is the beautiful RAK that I've been sent. It's a Malcolm Watson, it's a Heaven and Earth design, and it's Cat Dalf. Isn't he awesome? I love it. Hannah and Lauren were just like, wow, I really like that. And they're not interested at all in Lord of the Rings or anything like that, but they're cats. They love cats. And again, it's one of them pieces I'm looking at it and I'm seeing stuff like the bats and the fireflies and stuff. I was like, whoa. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been very, very kindly. I've been sent an RAK of this. So, you know, I'm just absolutely chuffed. I'm wondering what the sparkle, whether it's in fact, I can have a look. View PDF. Oh, I think it's blank or some or bright white. Oh no, there's no blank in it. There's no bright white. Oh, there's 3865. So, I'm surprised that there isn't any what do you call it, stitches in it. Let's have a look. What did I say? 3865. Yeah, so all of the sparkly bits, the lantern and the fireflies, are all 3865. So they are it's what's called winter white. I could swap it. I could quite easily swap it. But yeah, isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely lovely. So he's going on a spinny wheel. Yeah, indeed, I could add in a blending filament, couldn't I? Got the moon up there. We've got a few bats. These fireflies. Oh, I love it. I just love it. But there we go. So, yeah. So there we go. That is my fabulous RAK. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to putting that one on my wheel.
That'll be really good.
Uh-huh.
I'm on one tonight.
Apparently so.
Ow!
Oh, steady, all right.
I'm on the cat's box. I can't see because your light's not on.
Well, I've turned it back on now.
What are you doing with this?
I don't know. I have no idea. Nope. I have now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's really lovely. And like I said, even the girls were just like, "Oh, that's so nice." And I was like, "Yeah, it is. I love my computer. My friends live in it." I was working on a Halloween table runner most of last month. That is where my stitching was less. Hey, Kelly, you're still being creative, aren't you, though? Think of it that way. If you're still being creative, no harm, no foul. Me, I like to be creative. You know, I really hate the working week. It interrupts my stitchy time. That's what I see it as. The working week is the interruption of my stitchy time. You all right there, dear?
The internet is full of misogynists right now.
What is RAK? Random act of kindness. What? How do you mean full of misogynists?
Oh, because England won the Women's Euros.
Oh, right.
And all
Okay.
the men are like, yeah, okay. No one's interested, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they'd be interested in the travellers at Kimberworth because the landlords just bought everybody a round of drinks to celebrate.
Oh, really?
Yep. I don't know what happened last week, says Kay, but I nearly doubled my stitch count from the week before. Yep. Singer's just added that to basket. Cool. Liz has been writing, not stitching. Viv, thankfully I have Thursday off this week, then a week off on the 11th of August. I have next week off. I only have to put up with 5 more days of Stitches Interruptus before I have a whole week to myself, and Hannah and I are going to be away for a few days. So this Wednesday coming, all being well, Grandad permitting, there will be a live stream as normal. But next Wednesday, the 6th, there will not be a Wednesday stream. Because me and Hannah will be away. We leave on early afternoon on Wednesday. I did 24 hours of cross stitch last weekend, got over 5,000 stitches done. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. I did 2,300 yesterday. I could have, I was sat here waiting for a phone to ring. You know, didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. Well, went to Asda's, didn't I? We nipped to Asda. Yeah. Stitching definitely gets in the way, work definitely gets in the way of the stitching. Does anyone else do the 24 hours of cross stitch? I didn't, but I'm usually stitching anyway. They used to do, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do a there was a lady who had a blog that I used to follow, and she used to host something called International Hermit and Stitch Weekend, where, you know, if you got all weekend to dedicate to stitching, post your progress kind of thing. I think you stitch faster when you're frustrated. Yeah, I stitch faster when I'm in a mood. So, but yeah, I just sat here yesterday. I found, right, you know, when you have this sort of ping in your head, or you're watching something that reminds you of something. I don't know if any of you saw the series 6 Feet Under. It popped into my head yesterday. I had to go looking for episodes of 6 Feet Under. I found a site where I can stream them all, and I'm like, oh yes, 60 odd episodes of 6 Feet Under. I wish I didn't see it when it first came out. I only discovered it a few years ago. But oh gosh, what a series! What a series! Have other commitments? I can't really do that. Ah, cool. Maddie, oh my god, I've been stitching block colours all day. It's been full. Yeah, fun. Yes. Tomorrow, for my stitch with me, I have got Lord of the Rings stained glass, which I love to stitch on because it's all 310. Somebody's having a squawk out there. Is that Victor Meldrew? No, that's One Foot in the Grave that you're thinking of. 6 Feet Under's an American series. It's got the guy who plays Dexter in it. It's a very dark comedy drama. There are some funny moments in it, but it does deal a lot with the departed, shall we say. I've got it's going to be on my starter pack. Cool. I'm glad you said that about the kids shouting. I was just about to go and look out the window. Yeah, it's fairly warm, mild here at the moment. Well, yeah, it's 17 degrees. It's not hot, warm. You know. Oh, that's better than something that's safe. Well,
what on earth is going on outside?
I have no idea. Go and have a peek from Hannah's window.
Peek out of here. Oh, it's a group of kids. There's 3 of them.
All right, we'll leave them to it. We'll be passing by slowly. Yes, Sanga did indeed get enabled.
Who's got enabled?
Sanga.
Oh.
Cat Delph.
Oh. Cat Delph. Yeah, that's brilliant, that Cat Delph. It looks fantastic.
Can you tell Andy was zoned out when I was showing my RAK?
Hey, it's your stream, not mine.
Yeah, but you were obviously a little zoned out because I've been talking about it for ages.
No, I know you've talked about it. I know they've been talking about it. But you're talking to them, not to me.
Yeah, but are you not involved?
Yeah.
Right then. I'm swithering as I love cats. I was watching your floss tube with your two, Kay. Charlie does like to get in on the action, doesn't he? Oh my gosh. I'm going to head out, says Kelly. Have a shower, been doing chores so far today. It's 1:10. No worries at all, Kelly. Thank you very much for joining in. All being well, see you Wednesday. I'm going to have to credit him as co-host if he keeps it up. Yeah, no, Kay's cat.
Oh, sorry. I went in the kitchen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Kay's cat likes to get in on the action when she's filming a floss tube.
Oh, I see.
He sits, well, it's the angle, it looks like he's almost sitting on a shoulder like a parrot.
Oh, right.
But it's a black and white kitty cat.
Kitty cat.
And he's a kitty cat that thinks he's a human being.
Oh, we've got a cat like that, haven't we?
Yep.
Except that Angel's impression of a human being is obviously a bloody psycho.
Angel's impression of a human being is anything that makes noise. Streamed via HBO Max, seeing as it was HBO original. Yep. Well, I don't have HBO Max, but I found it on the net, so on the web.
Well, you won't have HBO Max. It's an American thing.
Exactly. Oh gosh, it's a great series, 6 Feet Under. One of the saddest TV deaths ever was Nate's. Beyond exception. Him and Mark Green from ER. I was looking through one of those BuzzFeed things where it says, vote up for the one that you think. And there were so many from Game of Thrones in there, and I thought, I've never seen Game of Thrones. But there were that many people, saying about the saddest or the most tragic or the worst deaths in TV history or whatever it was. And there was all these Game of Thrones ones, and I'm thinking, is it like a revolving door cast then or something? Because, it seemed like pretty much every one of the casts had been killed off in Game of Thrones. The difference between Charlie and a toddler, Charlie listens and does what he's told. And in his dog and cat combined, it's far more annoying than any toddler. Angel seems to have got this habit now. When she comes off the windowsill behind me, she walks around the back of me, down the chair arm, and then just stands on the chair arm. And the chair arm is on the right hand side of me. On that side there's a chair arm, and then my stand over there with my pattern keeper on. And she always stands right between me and pattern keeper. She's a minx. I'm worried for one of my cats. She keeps finding little hidey holes.
Cats do that though. They like to.
Yeah,
They like to hide.
Angel's got a couple of hidey holes, hasn't she?
Well, under Hannah's bed for a start.
Yeah.
That's a favourite one. On the windowsill behind you is another one. Between you and the curtain.
Yeah.
Under the table, that's a good one. Sometimes under my chair.
Yeah.
Sometimes under that chair.
Yeah.
Few others, I'm sure.
Sometimes she turns up in Lauren's room.
Well, anywhere's a hidey hole in Lauren's room.
Well, she's brave enough to go in there, isn't she? Friday night, she was in my room because Andy wasn't home, so Lauren jumped in with me, and she was in my room sleeping on my pillow.
Yeah, but don't forget Hannah wasn't here either, so it's kind of like any port in a storm, isn't it? Because usually Angel's bed is Hannah's, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Hannah's number one butler, isn't she? Apparently this is not a good sign for an otherwise gregarious cat. She might just be off it. Sometimes cats do things like that, when they're not feeling so well. Sometimes Angel doesn't come down for a meal if she's, but then again, Angel's a funny old soul. A cat has several hidey holes and favourite sleeping locations. Yep. Angel still likes to try and interrupt Zoom. At one point, if I was on calls, she would interrupt calls by letting out a massive meow. Yeah, Hannah is her human. The rest of us are indeed spares. Yep, spot on. We are the spare butlers. We are the ones that will do in a pinch. Oh, excuse me. Oh, pardon. I wonder what to butler actually means. Yeah. Oscar lies in the suitcase of shelf in the cupboard, but Charlie has to be close to me where he can see or touch me. Ah. Angel just has to be near the person with the food. Sounds like it's finally quiet down out there.
Mm-hmm.
School holidays now, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't think the little school had their trip this year. You know, they normally go to like Cleethorpes or something for a day. I don't think they had that.
Maybe they didn't.
You normally end up with, coaches up and down the street, don't we?
Yeah. Yes. So about the only bad thing about living around the corner from a school, every time there's a school trip, they can't park on that road because it's too narrow. So they come on this one instead.
And even then, they're still playing dodge. My Blackie is always in front of the PC when you go live. I think he likes to listen to your English. I go put a photo in group. Ah, cool. Thank you, Carla. I'll have a look at that later.
Is that the dog?
No, it's Carla's cat. I wish it'd be sunny today. The clouds give me a headache. I don't mind the temperature as long as the sun is out. We've had a funny day again with the weather. It's been warm, but we had a bit of rain earlier. Okay. Quite liking how these marbles are coming along. Excuse me.
They are still outside.
Yeah. So I'm glad we don't sleep in the front bedroom, dear.
No. It's back bedroom for us.
Oh. You'd have thought after 9 o'clock as well they wouldn't be out, but
It's good to see kids out, thinking about it.
well, yeah, I suppose, and they're not sat at home, frying the brains with games consoles and what have you. It's just not an ideal time, is it?
No.
It's just in your video and I don't know why. Oh, super cute though, Carla. Maybe they like my voice, and if ever I come across there and see you, they'll be very confused, won't they? Celia just hit 66,000 stitches on North American mammals. Way to go, Celia. Let's have a look, Carla, see if I can see Blackie.
Oh, hello, the cat's appeared. It must be feed time, Angel.
Ah, look at him. Oh my goodness. Look at this kitty cat. Look. Oh, shift my. Look at this kitty cat. He's just laid in front of my laptop. In front of Carla's laptop, watching and listening. Oh, Blackie. Oh, so cute. So cute. Oh.
Do you want feeding, Angel? Come on. Angel?
Oh. No, stop it. Oh, I'm trying to put a heart on it and it's just, being a pain in the bum. Oh, Artis is having a Christmas in July sale. Could be dangerous. I'll see to that on my phone in a bit. Ah, Blackie's so cute.
I think you're still going to all your stitcher retreats, Nicky.
Yes, love. Yes, they're all paid for. And to be fair, I don't tend to spend money when I go to them. It's more about the stitches and the chatting. Are you having cuddles with Angel?
Yes, I'm forcing her to because I've just put food down for it. If you want this food, Angel, you'll give me a cuddle because you've not given one. Because you've been a little bit of a, one of them.
Pain in the neck.
Yeah. All right, hang on. Don't bloody fight me. I'm going to put you down. All right, whatever.
Payment for food is one cuddle.
Yes. Which you're not happy to pay, are you? But, you know.
Just to pay a debt.
Go on, you can eat it now.
Have a black cat is terrified of me, but I was a tuxedo and she cuddles up to me only when I'm in bed. Ah. I can remember one night when Andy's kids were stopping and I wasn't very well. And normally when they'd stay, we would sleep downstairs. And I went upstairs and slept on Hannah's bed because I was poorly. And Angel came and snuggled up to me, but that's because Hannah's bed is her bed. It's her place.
I have to admit, sleeping on the floor, I don't miss that.
No.
I'm glad those days are over.
No, me neither. I feel much more relaxed now, which is good, isn't it? Don't you think?
I agree.
Just going to stay that way. Stitching always makes me happy. Yeah, I think I shall sleep no problem. I won't take much rocking, I know that much. I had a very bizarre dream last night. Not that I can remember it now, but I had a very bizarre dream. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you're just discombobulated because you know that you've had one of those sorts of dreams, and, you know. But apparently, dreams are your way of dealing with trauma. It's your body's way of dealing with trauma.
Is that right?
Apparently so.
Where did you hear that?
Well, I think it was on one of those sort of self-help things. I tend to have a look at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, things have been pretty traumatic, haven't they, recently? Pretty hectic. PTSD, I've had many horrible nightmares on and off for many, many years. Yeah. This last 12 months or so, you know, really since I set the wheels in motion with the solicitors for the ex-husband issue, my sleep's been haywire. I have times when I have, you know, 2 or 3 really, really good nights. Last weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, smashing night's sleep. Everything else, get in the bin. And then, you know, hopefully tonight I'll have a good night's sleep because things have settled. I just keep everything crossed. And we are not far away time that I was indeed going to try and get some of that there sleep. The cat's had her dinner. We've had a nice hour and a half together. An hour and a half longer than I expected. Lizzie's saying goodbye. See you on next Sunday. I was glad you're feeling more relaxed. I hope you sleep well tonight. Thank you. Yep. Let's hope the coming week treats me better. Yeah, fingers crossed. Thank you, Lizzie. Yeah. And indeed, Sandy, yes, see me Wednesday, all being well. But of course, my floss tube will be out as usual on Tuesday. So get ready for that because it'll probably be a long one. So I am going to leave this one here. And now over 1,400 stitches on the day on this one, which is nice. But yeah, so I will see you guys Wednesday on the stream. Tuesday floss tube, Wednesday stream, and so on. If not, I will see you Sunday. So have a lovely week. And for those of you that are still continuing with your day, have a fabulous rest of your day, wherever it is you're doing. And for those of you who in the UK or who are going to bed, sleep well. And I will see you soon. So thank you, guys. You take care. Thanks for joining. You're all treasures. I'll speak soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.